driving dystopia.
You know, sometimes you need like 3.5% of the population on board to start a successful revolution. I could be making that up. I read it in a cartoon on Facebook the other day. But you know, for me, you know, having been an activist for over 30 years and being at all these demonstrations in the street and you know, almost, you know, movement after movement from, you know, from the I mean, when I jumped in, it was from the anti-Vietnam, and that morphed into the anti-nuclear weapons movement, and you know, and then eventually, you know, Occupy, and then Black Lives Matter, and there's always, it seems to be an issue that really strikes people as something not quite right, and it's so blatantly obvious and so over the top that people come together and form a movement, if you will, and that is always a very that always inspires me, quite frankly, because I know. You know, every time there is one of these movements that popped up, you know, the anti-globalist movement of the early 2000s, or Occupy, or BLM, or you know, the libertarian movement, any of these movements, is that it brings young people together. And I know that, you know, even though they may not be able to solve the immediate issue that they're trying to address, ultimately they are making friends, they are making connections, they are networking with people who they will be continuing to work with on issues for the rest of their life, perhaps, which was because you know, that's what I found happened to me when I was a young person and started attending these events, and I started meeting the people, and there are people still working towards changing things and changing society. And you know, Yang Gang, for example, you know, and a lot of, you know, the Bernie Bros, you know, people who see a societal shortcoming, and they're, you know, they're looking for answers, and they seize on an answer that seems to make sense to them. You know, should everybody health care? Sure. Should everybody have, you know, free money? Yes.